Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula says the human factor still remains the main reason for most of the fatal crashes during the festive period. Mbalula today released the preliminary festive season fatality statistics at the R80 Soshanguve Mabopane highway north of Pretoria. He says there has been a 142% spike in crashes, with 111 fatal crashes this year compared to 34 last year. SABC News reporter Molemo-Waone Mothoa has more.
We are at the R80 Mabopane Highway, where the Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula has released road statistics, preliminary road statistics for the festive season. But just to hear from the Minister this morning. Minister, what has been your observation engaging with the motorists this morning?
The motorists, most of them are quite hitting the message and, doing the right thing. They are well in order. But what is coming out of this roadblock, among others, since from last night, is that most of the cars are not roadworthy. Their discs have expired. So we will urge people to renew their discs, because we did give them a grace period for twice, one for COVID-19, but also the backlog. So we urge them to renew their discs, those who have not, because their cars will be impounded, as it has actually happened. And the only people who are exempted are drivers who their driver's licenses have expired within the period we have defined up until March next year. They are exempted because we are addressing the backlog of renewal. So vehicles on the road must be roadworthy, and people must go and renew their discs in order for their cars to qualify to be roadworthy.
Minister, you also expressed concern about the number of fatalities already this year. When and where are they mostly, apparent? Well,
the fatalities are happening early hours of the morning and at night. It is a rainy season, as you can see, and that is very worrisome, and the crashes are happening at night. We have encouraged motorists, particularly means of mass transport like minibus, taxis, to travel during the day. And those who are on a journey to holidays far away, drive during the day, not at night. You will arrive alive. And don't drive under the influence of alcohol. And take breaks for fatigue and all of that. I think those who are heading the message and doing that, they are safe on the roads. So we are encouraging our motorists, given these fatalities at this moment, to basically do the right thing. Some of the vehicles that have been impounded here, particularly minibus taxis, they are not roadworthy. A person last renewed the vehicle disc in 2019. It's not even COVID. It's just recklessness and so on. So they need to sort out all of those issues and ensure that their vehicles, when they are taking long trips, they are in the right condition.
And what has been some of the causes, Minister, of the crashes that have been seen already?
Come again?
Some of the causes of some of the crashes that have been seen already.
Yes, some of the causes of the crashes that have been seen is the fact that the vehicles are not roadworthy. It comes from minibus taxis. Most of these, many accidents come from that. But in terms of light vehicles, it's really drunken driving. Recklessness, drunken driving, and then that is it. But minibus taxis is roadworthiness of the vehicles.
And you also spoke about the human factor still remaining the causal factor as well.
Yes, human factor. I mean, meaning you don't take time to relax and ensure that you are not fatigued. And if you are, you take breaks, you sleep, on your way to whatever destination you're going to. So a human error happens when you are drunk because you lose concentration. A human error happens when you are fatigued and then you are tired, and then that moment you get crushed into a pole. You can see how many traffic lights have been crushed in Johannesburg. It all happened early hours of the morning. People coming from getting drunk and so on. And then getting drunk and so on. So I think that is what is important, that people must take those. But the job of the law enforcement here is to ensure that unroadworthy vehicles we impound, is to ensure that those who are reckless and undermine the laws of the country and of the road and risking the lives of others, they are taken to task.
Minister, lastly, about the new driver's license that you say is coming next year. Just tell us about it.
Yes, we are introducing a new driver's license. It's going to be a smart card. It's going to cabinet early next year. And then once that is done, and then we'll announce to the public. The current license, it is going to be durable. You have it once. This driver's license card we have had now is over 20 years. And the machine that we are using, which is a German product, is the only machine in the whole world that is still being used at the present moment. And that is why when it is broken, it gets serviced in Germany. It is in Germany now. So we're going to have a backlog. So we're going to do away with the current card, and then we'll be introducing a new driver's license. That's what we'll actually be doing in the new year. It's already in the pipeline. It is done. Security agencies in South Africa have looked into it. We are now heading to cabinet for approval. And that is done, we launch it. And then we will have a new driver's license card. But we will also introduce measures in terms of the renewal process of the new driver's license card, and what happens whilst you are still waiting for 6 months. So that is what we need to cater for, because technology has advanced and we're changing the situation. The situation is changing. So we can't be static. We've got to move with times. So we've been working on it, and that is what is coming in the new year, and that will be announced. Also, alongside the policy regime, we need to make driver's license exciting, easy for everyone. So our motorists are going to be very happy. You can look at the waterfall in Johannesburg. The model we are implementing, you get in less than 10 minutes, you get out, your driver's license is renewed. That's where we are heading to. Not this sloppy, inept, corrupt arrangement we've got in some of the DLCs, where to get a driver's license is a nightmare. You've got to bribe before you get the license. We are eliminating that in the system. If we do that, that is real service delivery, and that is where we are heading to.
Thank you, Minister. There was Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula saying despite the grim statistics on fatalities, there are still 1,000 of motorists who are obeying and respecting the rules of the road.